Welcome back to the Real Friends Podcast. If you couldn't tell, we've got somebody new on the show. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, man? Tell people where they can find you.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, my name is Cam. I'm Killer Cam. Hey, you can find me at Killer Cam 6 underscore on TikTok, YouTube. I'm the founder of Let Me Tell You TV. Oh man, I just love talking movies. I miss, especially at the movie theater. You see the movie culture is dying a little bit. So, man, I just love talking to strangers, being able to go see how they're feeling about movies. Just bringing that atmosphere back in the movie theater, man. But man, you can be able to come find me at TikTok. I do movie reviews, we dive into a little bit of the food, man. But hey, man, we're here to talk Hokum today. What's going on, man?
Yeah, you picked this movie, right? Like we were talking about, hey, let's do a movie, and this is what we got. So let's just dive right into it. Give me your initial impressions of this movie. I know you talked about it a little bit on TikTok, but let's talk about it.
Yeah, man, no, man, it's cool. This movie, I was expecting like a little more, man. I came in trying to have my depends on. Shoot, man, I thought I was going, about to be scared like a mud, man. Top movie of the year. I was kind of hearing a little hype about it, but honestly, this one here was a little bit of a letdown. Alex, Adam Scott, he did pretty good in this one, but uh his acting is up there. It's just the script is a little bit loose to me. But I feel like Hokum itself, like you hear like hocus pocus and witchcraft, and like you think it's about to be like some kind of real big scary movie, but it's a little bit of a letdown, man. I was kind of bummed about it, especially coming into like the summer season. Thinking like it's about to, ramp things up. Devil Wears Prada's out, so like this could be like a good counter movie to go watch. But I don't know, man. But what you
Yeah.
think about it?
Yeah, I feel you. The horror stuff, right? So I want to pitch an idea to you. I've been thinking about this a lot because I just watched Hokum today. And
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say that I don't think the script is the issue, the directing is. The problem is the same dude that directed it wrote it, right? So
Yeah.
I think there was a really, really good story here that he wanted to tell, but for some reason he wanted to make this a horror movie. If you
Yeah.
made this just like a drama, like murder movie, those were the parts that worked for me. Like
No, really,
that was
seriously.
interesting.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. Like, because honestly, the ghost witch element, it kind of just it's in the back burner a little bit. Honestly, it's
Hmm.
really more about grief and like, it does have that mystery, like, clue element to it, like, who done it. Trying to figure who like what happened to Fiona and everything. But yeah, I agree to you on that one. Like, yeah, it's more of a drama than anything than a scary movie. The jump scares, like, it's a little bit predictable, honestly.
And that's all it was. It was just jump scares. This was a movie that tried to instill terror, but it wasn't scary, right? It just made
Hmm.
the screen very, very dark and it threw it like the witch didn't need to be involved in this at all. If you had just presented the idea of, hey, there's a witch in that room and then that was it would have been okay because the story of Fiona, the story of I don't even remember the guy's name, Jerry, right? The stuff with Jerry, that was
Hmm.
interesting. Like this trying to be a horror movie, I say this a lot on podcasts. It feels like somebody has a good idea for a story and he hasn't directed very many films, so he's trying to get funding and he throws an idea he thinks will sell in that doesn't fit with his script. And so he added to it. I really
Hmm.
feel like the horror stuff was just added to make people go watch this, but it's not going to get repeat viewings because it made it not all that great. And I still really enjoyed the movie. I really did. But it would have been so much better if they focused on the Fiona stuff and not the witch and his mom being a spirit. And I don't know, it got weird.
Yeah, I mean, like the mom kind of seemed like a good like support for him, like his spirit, his help spirit. Yeah, she was always there. Every time, like especially like when you hear like the music cues in here, like you always hear like that moaning groan. Like that's always the mom. She's always with them at all times. Like it just took him a while to kind of just like you know face reality a little bit and like see like it's okay. Like what he did was an accident, but like he had that guilt on him for so long. That's why I say this movie's more like a grief type of thing. Like it definitely the witch. I heard about the witch. Like the witch is really in the background. You really don't get to the witch until like the third act. Like anytime they kind of bring up a witch, it's more of like a backstory, like a flashback, like Albie in the elevator scene and stuff like that. Like it's always a flashback. So she never really was like a protagonist in the whole movie.
No, and to me, it feels like this dude doesn't know horror at all, and maybe that's part of it because all the jump scares were just the camera on a person's face and then the ghost behind them. Like it
Yeah.
happened like 5 times, and that's really like
Hmm.
all they tried to do to scare you, and it didn't work. I saw it coming every time.
Now, I will say though, like to play the devil's advocate, I did like how some of his transitions work. Like you can tell, um, like to try to become a horror movie or playing a part of being a horror movie. Like you see the cutscenes when it's going to go away. I mean, like for somebody who doesn't really watch horror, like maybe this movie might actually be a pretty good scare for them. But like just diving into a lot of horror movies, like you kind of see the predictable. Here comes the jump scares, especially with like the music swells, like. But like especially like with Mark when he's like trying to like I'm not trying to jump around or anything, but like
No,
at
do
the
it,
end
do it.
when he's kind of like doing the knife and trying to get out of that room, and you see him cut to Jerry over there in the van. Like you have to jump to Jerry just so you can be able to get that jump scare. Because like if you're focused on him doing that knife and trying to get that screw out of there, you're gonna see that the mom is coming right
Hmm.
behind him and gonna see right behind. So I do give a little nod to the head, just for like some of the cutscenes was pretty nice. I did like the cinematography in here, but yeah, the cast is not too bad for just the fact of the Hokum itself. It does suck that it's a little bit of a letdown, but it does have there's a good story in here still,
Hmm.
especially like with the forgiveness, and it's just the jump scares that kind of throws it off. But like starting off from the front, like the beginning, like you see like his I always want to call him Mark. I don't know if you've seen Severance before, but
Yeah, yeah,
Bowman, I believe his name is
yeah, yeah,
Bowman. He's very depressed in the beginning. Like he has a good character development in here by the end. Like he's very depressed. He's very rude to everybody. The one with the spoon, like trying to burn Albie with the hand, man. Like that's so rude. Like he got cut off by the thing, but like you really could see like just just the little foreshadowings that he has in this movie. Just opening up the box in the beginning, like you see the gun and you see the picture of his mom. You see like, okay, maybe something's about to be happening. I don't know if he's going into spoilers or anything, but like we never
full
said spoiler
force.
talk. But
Yep, how about it?
yeah. But no, for real, seeing him like open up the box with his mom, you see the foreshadowing. It's a lot of a lot of foreshadowing here. Like he's talking to his mom or seeing the box with his mom having a gun in there. Like you see, like okay, maybe the mom is being murdered or something's going on. And when he's over there talking to Fiona in the bar, you kind of see like he's talking about like somebody young. He's too young to go to jail, and like seeing the hanging thing. Like it's a lot of foreshadowing here. He's telling like Fiona straight up like I'm about to go do something in this room that's not gonna be pretty. Like,
Yeah,
but for real, a lot of foreshadowing in here. Like, Albie comes over talking to him, and he's telling him like, hey, I hear you're doing a Conquistador trilogy, but he's telling him like the book's gonna be open ended. Like that's because I'm about to go upstairs and do something crazy, man. Like just a lot of foreshadowing, like just open ended for him as well, because at the end like you don't know what's real or not just because of the fact that just the thing that Albie does. I don't know if you're saving that to the end, but
yeah,
bro, like just a lot of foreshadowing here. Just Jerry, he's talking to Bowman. He's telling him like Bowman tells Jerry like, "Yo, man, be careful of somebody with the crossbow." It's like, and what happened? The crossbow
yeah,
to the face. Like like it's just a lot of foreshadowing here. So I do appreciate the script. I just felt like it was just a little bit of a letdown. Just I, I give it like three and a half out of 5 stars. But what do you rate it, honestly?
yeah, yeah. I'm at a 3.5 too because I feel you. Like again, I think it was a good script. I really do. Like you say about the foreshadowing and stuff. Like I can go back now and say I saw that, but like Adam Scott did this beautiful thing when he's dumping the ashes, right? Took the time with his mom, and then his dad, he just kind of chucked them. So my first thought
Oh
was, oh,
yeah.
I'm like, his dad killed his mom, right? And then he says that thing about,
Mm-hmm.
oh, the kid was too young. It got me completely, I was completely shocked when it was him that killed his mom. genuinely
Oh
didn't
yeah.
see that coming at all.
Oh,
Um,
okay, okay, yeah. To me, I saw that a mile away, honestly, because I was like, oh, as soon as you said he was too young, I was like, oh, here's the one. They show a little bit too much. Like the mom's always, she was there in the beginning when he looked at the box. Like it just kind
yeah,
of, I've seen it twice. Full disclosure, I've seen it twice already.
sure.
So like, just a little bit of like extra little cues you see, like,
Yeah.
yeah, like. You kind of just pick up a little bit more. But yeah, it's crazy how you get the foreshadowing here. But even with just Jerry itself, like I did want to just get a little bit more. Like you hear like the thing with his wife, like man, like that's a story I kind of wanted to hear with that. Like just heard that she was kind of ill, but that's all you wanted, just all we needed to know, I guess. But
Yeah. Well, and you can kind of pick up on things like him, like, he definitely hasn't like lived a real lavish lifestyle before he became a hermit. So they were probably like natural medicine type of people before the whole mushrooms thing and
mhm.
stuff. Like I loved the idea they played with that, because I'm hearing some critics say that they don't like the idea that they don't know if anything's real at the end because of the mushroom thing. I don't think that's what it is at all. I think Jerry puts it out there pretty blatantly for us when he says these things are real. You can't see them
Yeah,
until your mind is open. I think that's a
yeah,
fantastic idea, but you could make it a supernatural movie like that without trying to make it scary and taking away from it. I've always thought
yeah,
jump scares lessen a film. I shouldn't just be sitting there and jump to get a reaction. Like if you have a good script, it's going to be scary. Like the premise for this movie, if you look at it on IMDb, it's so short. It just says a horror writer visits an Irish inn to scatter his parents' ashes, unaware the property is haunted by a witch. That sounds like a Stephen King movie. That sounds like a
yeah.
Stephen King book. And his stuff isn't really jump scary, it's terror. And terror is interesting. Jump scares are not.
Hmm.
So I think, I mean, I'm really excited to see what David McCarthy does next because there's a lot of promise in this movie. Just the execution falls real flat. Like if he had written this and given it to a director that knew what they were doing, I think it would have been better.
No, yeah, for sure. I was talking, like talking to a few people at the movie theater, and they're telling me how like his track record is not too bad, so they expected even more. So I'm not so familiar with his his
Me
movies,
neither.
but the I think it's like Unity or something like that. But yeah, like I haven't seen those, so I'm not sure how it is. But like I was kind of coming in like after seeing the trailer, like thinking like some kind of like North no, what's his name? The vampire Norse for
Oh, Robert Eggers.
yeah,
Nosferatu.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nosferatu, man. Yeah, slipped my mind. Yeah, I was thinking it was gonna be something more into that. Especially like being at that hotel, like you see the red walls and everything coming in,
Yeah.
but honestly it's still not too bad. It's just you might could save it at the house.
Yeah, yeah. I know you said you watched it twice. I do want to watch it again. It's just one of those deals like I thought, because horror has been doing pretty well lately, and
No, yeah, it's on the upcoming.
we've got a lot of good horror coming out this month, dude. Obsession and Passenger come out this month, and they both look
Ooh,
scary as heck. So
no,
like
yeah, passengers, real.
I was hoping this would kind of be the jumping point for those, and it just didn't quite get there. But like you said, I mean, you
Yeah.
give it a three, 3.5. I'm at 3.5. I'm at a 7 out of 10. It's still a decent movie. I
No,
just
yeah, it's just
wanted
especially at
more.
the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I guess if somebody just told me like, hey man, you want to go see this hotel movie? Like it's got a haunted hotel with like a witch inside, and it's like even then, like you see the old man, like everybody in this movie has secrets, man. Like
Hmm.
everybody, the whole cast has secrets. The owner, like Albie, Fiona, she's pregnant. Albie is spiking people. Like man, even having those tunnels, like the owner got tunnels in the hotel. Like it's like crazy. Like how many people have been trapped in there? Is like, but like man, like the witch itself, like I just expected like a little more. Like we never the she's not the procrastinist in this. Like she's really just in the background. She kind of just helps out Bowman really. Like as soon as you see him go down into the basement, it's like, oh, the tables have turned now. Like you're in the one that's in the wrong now. But yeah, it's cool. From even just like when he gets the little thing in the room when him hanging himself and everything, like you see him go into the little basement. It's like a little foreshadow. Like
Yeah.
hey, like you kind of hear that mom coming in, like oh, and you kind of predict the jump scare, but I just like how the reflective things, everything, the cinematography of this, it's really not too bad on this, really.
No, no, it looks good for sure. What I wanted, because you talked about the thing with the mom, right, and how she's always there and stuff. I would have wanted them to play into that a little more. What I was thinking was when we see that he killed her, right, and we see that they had come there on our honeymoon. If this were me writing this, I'd have had the mom be the witch. It's not actually a witch, it's a spirit in that room, and his character arc is then settling things with his mom, right? To
Okay.
me, that's a more complete story and it actually fits rather than just having a witch that's a looming character that really doesn't mean anything to the movie because it kind of counteracts itself because then how did Fiona die? She was down there for weeks. Did she just die? The witch didn't take her in all that time? Like
Yeah,
that doesn't
yeah.
really make any sense.
Especially when you see like how many souls is inside when that door opens, like
Right.
it's kind of like how many people have been trapped down there. Is Fiona in there as well? Like, it's especially just down there in general. Like you never really see. I like how they did the time passing with the bell on that one though. You
Mm,
always see as soon as you see one inside that the honeymoon suite, you get a bell that lets you know like, hey, hour has started. Okay, and then you see them going around and everything. Like I did like how they passed the time through this because with only an hour and a half, you can only do so much. And like
sure.
passing through that next day, it just makes it seem like it's so much like urgency coming in with them. Like he's trying to get out that room so much, and that bell is just ringing in his ear. Like there's always like drum beats coming around. You always hear
Yeah.
like a boom, 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 boom. And it just kind of reminded me of like Interstellar, like
Sure.
when they're on that sea, I think it's Adam's planet or something like that. I
Hmm.
forgot the planet, but yeah, with that time that ticking, it just kind of reminds me of that all the time. Like when I was hearing it's just like boom, boom, boom. It's like man, like you could just feel his heart pounding. Like it's cool how they did that. So, but going inside that basement, I did want to talk like it's almost like that basement was a little bit of a portal or something because when he went down there, that time I'm talking about, like every time on that hour, he set that time. The only time he changed the time was just to make sure that it's going to match up with him when he goes down
Yeah.
to the elevator. So, like when he was down there for about an hour, and
Hmm.
he was kind of searching through there. And I like how it just kind of passes through there, but that's the whole hour that he was kind of down there. And when that time clicks on his watch, the timer upstairs doesn't go off. The
Right.
man he doesn't hit. So I think up there that thing is like a little bit of like a portal, and the time slows down there. You hear it at the end as well, like when the fire's going on, you hear the sirens going on. My wife pointed out that one. She said the sirens sound kind of weird, and I was like, wait, I just said like the time didn't go off with the man. Yo,
Hmm.
the time is frozen down there. So with Fiona down there, you're telling like it's been like weeks, like it could have been months or however
Right.
long for her. Like you never really know fully how long it takes because you just get that kind of like recording. It kind of like black on a little bit, like talking through the phone. Like
Yeah.
when she every time he's about to do something, she come to help him out. So it's kind of like if she was down there for that long, like man, like you never really know what happened. The witch, like she's not really the bad person. Like she's not really a ghost. Nothing really happens if it's like the Conjuring. You're saying like you wish that she was the mom, like the witch was the mom. Like at least at the end of the Conjuring, they had to do like the exorcism on the mom and to
Hmm.
like relieve her or something. So you see like just even um with the mom comes over and he's saying like I'm sorry to her, like it was an accident, like it would have been cool to see like the piggyback
Right.
off that to see like the witch kind of like the good spirit comes out, it lifts her up, and like it's the mom revealed, and like it's like oh man, like I had a feeling but I didn't know, like I'm sorry, like it was an accident, like that last little part, it was very touching, like because everybody got grief, they lose people, it
Hmm.
puts you in a dark stage in your life, so I did appreciate that, having death in the family, seeing how he is, and by the end of it, he wants to help out Shelby and show it, see his little draft that he has. So, that's a change of heart. I like the character development of that one. So for me, when I see movies like that, like doing character pieces on people like that, I appreciate that he did have a good change of heart by the end of the movie. But I did, yeah, that mom being a witch, that would could have been a little nice on that one. It would have just been like the little cherry on the cake.
Yeah, I mean, they basically did it without doing it, right? And I just think if they had gone
Hmm.
into it better, but you talk about the dumbwaiter, that was some of the coolest stuff I've seen in a while, man. Like setting that up and have it hitting the dumbwaiter and stuff, like I thought that was really interesting. So yeah, I mean, I can say it 1,000 times. I like this movie a lot. I just like,
What was your favorite part?
um. I can really think of my least favorite parts easily. Like the my favorite sequence is definitely when Jerry comes back after he's jumped out of the van and he's trying to ring the bell, right? And then,
Yeah,
Jerry leaves, but then he comes back. Like I thought that was so compelling because it felt like there was a lot of Deus Ex something in this, right? Like Deus Ex
hmm
Witch. She came and she took that Marty dude like to hell. Like I feel like that's the only
hmm
thing, the only purpose she served in the movie, and that wasn't satisfying. Would have been more satisfying if
Yeah,
someone had just killed him, right? Or he died in the fire. Where
yeah.
was I going with that? But
Like
so
Karma came back since he was the one that set the
exactly.
fire. Something.
Yeah. But I
Hmm
I really, really like when a movie tricks you, where they're like, "Oh my God, Jerry's gone, he's screwed," and then Jerry's back. Like that. That's
hmm
compelling. That's good writing.
Yeah, I will say though, my first screening, when Jerry came back, it did had a good pop in the crowd. Everybody kind of cheered. Like I was like, dang, is this Avengers Endgame? Like on your left or something? Like, but yeah, that part, everybody's kind of quiet. They kind of had a little jump scares and like, but man, when Jerry popped up, Jerry kind of was pretty good in the theater with that one.
Yeah.
Especially, I would say, with just the fact of like Albie himself, like he kind of was a good calming factor. Every time he came in, it's just like it kind of just balanced out the movie a little bit because Fiona and when they're having like their back and forth, like it's just more like just a little bit more backstory. But this one, like he kind of get a little more into how Bowman is a little bit. So I did like that one. Jerry was pretty cool, but my favorite part was after then when Jerry went inside and he come up there like she rang that bell. She looked like this.
Yeah.
Man, it was a trip, man.
Yeah. I think the what I
Oh man.
didn't like was when they did the flashback of Jerry talking about the bell, and then they tried to do the jump scare with her. Like that wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
If we had just seen the
Every
bell ringing for the honeymoon suite, we would have got the point, you know?
yeah. That for me, every flashback just meant it's about to be a scary part. Like
Right.
as soon as they
Every
showed
time.
Albie, yeah, it's like that's a flashback. Oh, something's about to come. It was tense. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little tense at first. Couple parts.
Sure.
Then when the mom came through that hallway, man, I was like, oh,
Oh, with him?
that
Yeah,
yeah,
that got me.
that got me there. I was not expecting that one. That got me. I was like, hey, hats off. I almost dropped my popcorn, man. Shoot, yeah. I was like, oh, let me be quiet up in here. But no, man,
Yeah.
yeah. I will say though, is there any like hidden messages that you kind of picked up on anything?
I don't think so. I feel like it was pretty open with what it was trying to do. It was just trying to
Yeah,
take this dude through a journey to make him a better person.
yeah. A lot of like stages of grief and like forgiveness and I heard somebody talking to this guy named Isaac. He said like a lot of circles. He saw a lot of circles in the beginning, in the middle,
Hmm.
the end, and like it just seemed like a safe space to him. So I do shout out to Isaac. That was a good call for that one. So but yeah, man, I have a lot of forgiveness in this. A lot of especially to talk about gun violence as well. Just
Yeah.
leave the guns alone, hide the guns from the kids because something could happen. You never know. But yeah, I appreciate the movie itself, especially Adam Scott. Like coming from Severance, I had a lot of times just in the elevator, like little dolly frames. I'm like, man, this looks like Severance. I'm waiting for like Patricia to come out or something. Like Mark S, what's going on here? Like. But yeah,
Well,
man, I do appreciate it.
yeah, Adam Scott for me will always be the douche brother and Step Brothers. Like
Mm, yeah,
that's always Adam Scott. I haven't seen Severance yet though, but
yeah. Oh,
no,
yeah. He's a good face actor, good character face acting. I
yeah,
could feel when he was definitely scared in the movie.
yeah,
Like every time he are just like depressed or really bitter, like you could just see his cheekbones and like his eyes flares up, and like
yeah,
I think he's good in the acting on this one, so I do appreciate that one.
sure. It was this movie was definitely better than The Mummy that came out last month. So I don't know if you
Hey
saw
man,
that.
I'll tell you, man. The Mummy, for me, that movie there, I just say it's more paranormal than it is supernatural. Like I
Oh,
was
sure.
expecting like some like demons, or not like just the cats and everything, like Emotech and like Brandon Fraser. Like I understand this was going to be like with the Evil Dead directors and all that stuff going on, but like I just want to just dive into the mummies and go into like the more spirit realms and like more moonlight or moonlight said moonlight moonlight like going into like just more of the like the gods and stuff. So
Yeah.
but it wasn't too bad. I think it
No,
was
it
scary
wasn't.
though. It's not it was
Yeah.
still just for me. Just if you take off the name of the mummy and told me it was something else, I still would have just enjoyed the movie just as fine, honestly.
Yep.
I give it like I think like a three. I gave it like a 3.5. I gave it 3.5 on Letterboxd, but yeah, it's just for the mummy itself, kind of as this one here being same kind of comparison. Which movie you hear, and it kind of just weren't really about a witch. It's just kind
Yep.
of about the daughter being kidnapped. I did like that story, but having being a big kidnapping movie, and then it kind of just turns into like more just like the Conjuring type at the end with the witchcraft. It was a missed opportunity for them not to have a sequel, though. I felt like they could have pulled that Tom Cruise moment and just have him be the mummy and like have a sequel, but they want to go back on it. But
Yeah.
that's what it is. Missed opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. But sick. I feel like there's not too much more we can talk about this movie. Any final thoughts or anything on Hokum?
Yeah, man, Hokum, man. I just wish that Hokum would have been more hocus pocus, man. Going more into like uh the witch and like she's more in the third act. Like you don't really get to see her as much as well in this movie. It's more just trying to just go and just forgiving. Like some things can be bad in life. Like it's okay to just forgive yourself. You can't just put too much pressure on yourself. Like you got to just let it go because if not, it's gonna eat you for the rest of your life. Like that happened to him when he was a kid, and he's a grown adult now. Like and like his dad and having a relationship with his parents. Like just the whole just you just gotta have good karma, good moral spirit, having like understanding stuff gonna happen in your life, the grief and gonna lose your people, you just gotta keep pushing forward as much as you can because it's just gonna just eat you too much. But yeah, man, I just wish the movie could have just been a little bit more. I felt like a lot of people around the just talking around at the movie theaters, like people really just everybody's excited for this movie. Everybody
Hmm.
is getting right into that summer mode. Like it's kind of like the Fast and Furious movies dropping in April and May. Like this one here was about to be the banger for all the horror movies. So it's like I hope that for the rest of the summer that we can just get some nice, good content from movies, man, and that the horror franchises, we still on the upcoming, not just going back down a roller coaster,
Yeah.
Because it's funny, like especially now, like this is my first podcast. I never thought if you told me that the little kid, like, yo, man, you're gonna be doing a horror podcast for your first time. I'm like, no way. But now I've come to love horror. Like you kind of just see like it has so many different meanings around it. It's just not all about the just jump scares. This movie has a lot of jump scares in here. Just like so it's cool just to see that little side of horror. But man, it's cool to be able to talk to you though, Alex. Man, talking horror is cool, man. Welcome. I just wish it was a better movie. Talk
Yep.
about a little bit more on the
Yep.
upside than what it is. But you
Yep.
can give as much grace as you can, but it is what it is on the movie side though.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah, yeah. Hey, it's not a bad movie. Go check it out. But yeah, go ahead, plug your page one more time before we get out of here, man.
Yeah, real quick though, I just wanted to just hear your final thoughts on the movie though. What you think about, last
I'm,
little impressions on
yeah,
everything.
I'm pretty much the same place you are. I just wish it was better. There's a lot in here I really, really liked. I honestly think
Yeah.
if this wasn't a horror movie, I would have really, really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it was going to be a horror movie, dive into that more. I think it just
No,
couldn't
yeah.
make. it couldn't make a choice, right? Couldn't make a
Yeah,
decision. So
right in the middle. You know, as much as
yeah,
the camera work, they like to put them right in the middle. That's what the story
yeah. This should have called this gray area instead of Hokum. Would have fit better. But
is.
but
There, man.
yeah,
That's what's up, man.
that's how
So
I
yeah,
feel
man.
about it
Hey,
though.
but I guess one more time though, I'm Killer Cam. You can find me on TikTok, YouTube. I'm just a friendly neighborhood movie guy that loves to eat, and so you can find movie reviews on here. Dabble in a little bit of food as well. But man, I'm the founder of Let Me Tell You TV. I just like the movies, culture, man. I miss the movie culture. I don't want to see the movies die, especially after every movie you see, it's a ghost town out there, man. So I just like talking movies with everybody, see how they feeling, ask them why they love coming to the movies, just pick their mind, man. But honestly, check it out. You have a fun time, man. Come join the Killer community, man. Killer Cam 6 underscore.
All right, sweet. Well, hey, thanks so much for coming on. We'll have to do this again. It was a lot of fun.
Heck yeah, man. We got a lot of movies coming in. Big summer.
We sure do.
This is a big year for movies, man. I have checked out y'all page. I saw that little April that y'all talking about. Michael was pretty good and everything, but like, man, a lot of stuff coming up, man. So yeah, man, love to talk with you, man. Especially
Cool.
see Michael and Trevor, man. Let them know I'm here, man. I'm looking for them, dog. I'm looking for
Yeah, we've been looking all over. I don't know where they're at, but
them. Yeah, man. They stuck in the basement, man. We gotta go find them.
all right. Hey, on that note, we'll get out of here. So that's been
All
Cam.
right, man.
I'm Alex. This has been the Real Friends
Hey, man.
Podcast. We'll see you all next time.
Yeah. Peace.